And first tonight, former U.S. Olympic gymnastics coach John Geddert took his own life yesterday, just hours after being charged with sexual abuse and human trafficking. It is the latest in the fallout after the Larry Nassar sexual abuse scandal.
But for the survivors of abuse, these updates make it difficult to move forward and is oftentimes like reliving that trauma all over again.
I think I feel numb, honestly. Shocked and numb.
The past 4 years have been a very public and painful, never-ending cycle for Nassar survivor LARISSA BOYCE.
It's been a constant battle. There's always been something, whether it's with, Kathy or Larry or now Geddert or MSU. There's always something that pops up, or USAG.
BOYCE trained under Geddert, a longtime friend of Larry Nassar, when she was very young before moving to a different gym. She says the news of his death was yet another blow.
The whole situation is just devastating and heartbreaking and maddening because we finally thought, after however many years, John Geddert was going to receive be held accountable, and that we were going to get justice finally on that side of things.
PATTI, HAIST, the director of crisis intervention services at the YWCA in Grand Rapids, calls it a slap in the face.
His victims have now been robbed of being able to see justice.
Beyond that, BOYCE says Geddert survivors won't get the same closure she did by getting to face Nassar during his sentencing.
It was a way of gaining back, for me personally, gaining back my power, my voice, my self-worth, being able to tell this person how they hurt me. It was huge in my healing process.
That healing process also interrupted when survivors are faced with things that remind them of their abuse.
That can be a trigger for survivors that brings it all back and causes them to re-experience the same or similar feelings to what they felt when they were being abused.
And that can manifest itself differently in everyone.
Potentially having flashbacks or nightmares or, difficulty sleeping or high anxiety.
HAIST says when these things make headlines, or if you know someone who's been abused, the biggest thing to keep in mind is compassion. It's what BOYCE wishes for too.
It didn't just hurt us as survivors, his family's grieving too, and so I think people need to be conscious about that.
And while Geddert's case has come to an abrupt end, BOYCE says she is nowhere near done pushing for change in how sexual abuse is handled in our sports and institutions.
Just because the big, huge cases are over, we haven't stopped fighting. We're still fighting for justice. We're still fighting for accountability. And honestly, we won't stop until we see that happen.
And the YWCA has a 24/7 confidential hotline where you can report abuse. They also offer crisis counseling and other support classes. Their number is right there at the bottom of your screen.